and I'm hoping and praying that that is now resolved. So what we're going to do. Training the past week and a half because I've been at the DNC, so I spent it. Okay, I don't. Jeez, I really hope it's not echoing right now. Anyway, as long as everything is working out fine right now, we are going to recap what happened at the DNC. I was there covering protests, riots more like. We're going to cover what happened there. Then we're going to move into some news that we missed while I was out, and then we'll just go do some debates. So let me just check the stream one more time. As long as everything is working out fine right now. Okay, perfect. It's working fine. Okay, so I flew in to Chicago on Monday, and I went to the first protest at Union Park. That's this. So obviously I took some pictures of the communists gathering and doing their thing, whatever. This is when they started marching. So this is a pro-Palestine protester with a jihad flag and a Hamas flag. And I actually got the chance to interview this guy when we got to the next location of the protest. So here's that. I just wanted to ask you why you support Hamas. You guys hear it all right? Let's see. Let me just get to where. Test.
Because you're Hamas? What does that mean? Hey man,
start it real quick.
Hey man, I just wanted to ask you why you support Hamas.
Because I'm Hamas.
Because you're Hamas? What does that mean?
Every Palestinian is Hamas.
Do you support Hamas 100%?
Million percent.
Even with the slaughter of innocent civilians in kibbutz? Yeah, no.
Where do you come up with this bullshit?
I've seen it.
You see it?
I've seen it.
You're a fucking liar.
Go fuck yourself because you're a fucking liar. So that guy has the Hamas flag and the jihad flag. The black is the jihad flag. The green is the Hamas flag. I asked him if he supports Hamas. He says, yes, he is Hamas. He supports them 1,000,000%. And then when I ask him, well, what about the slaughter of innocent people? He tells me I'm a liar and that I made it up. I've watched the 47-minute bear witness classified film that includes ring cameras, CCTV footage, body camera footage from Hamas, body camera footage from the IDF, phone camera footage from Hamas, phone camera footage from people who were killed, and other Israeli civilians on October 7th, and it is brutal. 800 civilians were killed. They were murdered and mowed down in their own homes. Their bodies were mutilated after they were killed. It was disgusting. So it's insane to me that anybody would run around with a Hamas flag. And it gets worse. This guy, I argued with this guy for a little while. Armed resistance is the only answer. End Israel, stand with Hamas. Actively advocating for people to stand with Hamas. And I've noticed that the protesters have done this thing lately where it's any resistance is justified. All resistance is just. Okay, if all resistance is just, would it be just for a black person living in the United States under slavery, he's a slave, would it be justified for him to go murder 1,000 white babies and burn their corpses? Well, if he did it in the name of resistance under their doctrine, he would be justified, right? Even though while this person is oppressed, and you could argue that violent resistance is justified for this person, the babies don't have anything to do with it. They're not physically capable of understanding what is happening. You get what I'm saying? The babies are not complicit. They're not helping. They're not part of the problem. They're just there. And you go and murder the babies, and according to these people's doctrine, that's justified, right? These people whose homes were broken into, they're innocent people, right? It's never okay to kill innocent people, regardless of whether it's out of resistance. At least unprovoked, in an unprovoked manner, right? Or intentionally killing innocent civilians. What I will say is, in war, civilians die inadvertently most of the time, right? And it's unfortunate. But the difference between what Israel does is Israel targets terrorists in the Gaza Strip that are members of Hamas's military. Okay, and they don't have any military bases in the Gaza Strip. They exclusively operate out of civilian infrastructure. The difference is that Israel strikes terrorists and civilians get killed in the process, whereas Hamas explicitly broke into Israel, went into civilian homes, and killed civilians. It's not like they broke into a military base, killed some people, and civilians died in the crossfire, which would be directly analogous to what Israel's doing, right? By the counter, they intentionally went into unarmed villages that didn't have strong militias, and they mowed people down. I saw videos of families huddled underneath tables being mowed down by Hamas operatives and then having their bodies mutilated, mag dumped. I watched an innocent man get murdered in his own home, and then a Hamas operative grab a garden hoe from his tool shed and try to behead him with it, swinging it like a sledgehammer onto his neck. Disgusting. These are intentional, personable civilian casualties, right? Look them in the eyes, murder them. Not, I was trying to shoot, a terrorist and some civilians died. Civilians die in war, unfortunately, but it's never okay to intentionally take outrage against civilians, which is not what Israel's doing. Let's see, what's this? Yeah, so this is the fence right here. This is the fence to the DNC. So there's this metal barricade, then there's the street here. You can see it on the other side of the barricade. And then there's another metal fence with police lined up behind it, and then the United Center is right here. That's where the DNC was being held. So they stormed this fence. Cam, your X space is down, by the way. What do you mean? Like my X stream is down? It should show it live still. There's a new Twitter live. That's why. You have to go to the new Twitter live. The old one had some issues. So anyway, yeah, they stormed the fence here, and then what happened is they moved into. Where is it? I jumped the fence with them. It ended after like 3 minutes. Wait, what do you mean? Yeah, that's the old one. You got to go to the new one. Yeah, the new one's working. Oh, it didn't send me a notification. Weird. Well, how's it going, man? Too, by the way. So this is I jumped the fence. So I was over here before. See where my mouse is? That's where I took the last video I showed you guys. When they started jumping the fence, I jumped the fence too. And you can see the fence on the ground. And they just start flowing into the streets. And this is that other fence I told you guys about with the police on the other side. And then this is the United Center right here, this building, I believe. And so, yeah. Got the usual suspects here. Julio, Taylor. And yeah. So they totally stormed the fence. Look at this blue hair over here. So they stormed the fence there, and then they argued with this guy who I believe is the deputy super. They tried storming this fence as well. They did this for like an hour. They just pushed on this fence. And what I will say too is Chicago PD did a way better job taking care of the situation than the LA PD did. They started clearing the park here. Oh yeah, this is where they flowed into the streets and everything. You can see the DNC lights on the building. Put the fence back up. But there are some worse videos where they're here. Let me pull them up. Where they're straight up just like slamming on that fence, and then they get threatened with OC spray. I think this may be one of them. Yeah, see that? See the cop right here with OC spray? He's like, nah, man, better back up. And my goggles went on right here. That's what I'm doing in that where my camera goes down. I'm putting my goggles on, man. I'm not trying to get sprayed again. I'm extremely sick. I can't go to school for a week. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, man. So let's see what happened next. This arrest happened. This was crazy. This is again like in that little area. Or no, this isn't. No. This is. Bo recorded this. I didn't record this. This is on the other side of the fence when the police started clearing the park. It looks like. And it is because I was next to that guy when he came back over the fence when the police cleared the street. Just insanity. Let's see what happened next. We found this right outside the DNC. No boys and girls sports on the DNC 2024 sign. Okay, so this is where it starts to get super interesting. So they gathered outside the Israeli consulate Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And They formed up in the center of the street, and this is what happened. They did this. Just all out melee with the police. They formed up and launched like a full frontal offensive on the police. Look at that, man. This cop right here gets in it, dude. He gets his vest ripped right off. It's kind of a long video. Let's zoom it up a little bit. Speed it up. See, he's got his vest ripped. Let's see if we can find the spot where he goes. It's got to be right here. Yeah, see, they're like grabbing on him, pushing him. See, just like total chaos. My drone doesn't have audio, but just nuts. I found out later I also was not supposed to be flying the drone, but as far as I know, you just get a talking to if you do it. But I didn't know that at the time. Oh, look at Sammy Down. Is that Sammy Down? Yeah. They were in Seattle. Literally just the next day. Wow. Okay. Or not the next day, but like, you know, the following week. This guy was crazy. So this guy is like, I don't know what he is. He's like the news relations guy, I guess. Some people said that he's the deputy mayor. You can see over here. Somebody said that. I don't know if that's true. But this guy was going around like yelling at all the press, telling them to get off the street. Totally legal for us to be in the street, by the way. And like I said, most of CPD did a fantastic job. But somebody tells me this guy's not CPD. I think that he's like an admin or something and like went out with the cops. Because he wasn't behaving like a cop, and he never said he's a cop. He said that he's with the cops. So what he was doing is he was like running up to the press, like screaming at us, telling us to get off the streets, blah, blah, whatever. Criticizing people's credentials, and then got reprimanded by his boss. So watch this.
Let me see. Get off the street. I'm telling you to get off the street. Stop touching me. Get off the street. You're fooling me.
He asked this guy to show his credentials, his press credentials.
Here's mine. Here's my press credentials.
That's nothing.
That's nothing. Like, okay.
That's nothing. That's nothing.
Get off the street.
I do have
Get off the street.
Who are you?
On the sidewalks.
So he's getting reprimanded by his boss. That's the guy from the other video right there. And I went up to this guy. I went up to this guy after, and I was like, listen, man, I support the police. I support you. I support the police. I support what you're doing. But, like, as a journalist, nobody is going to listen to you. If you're screaming in people's faces and criticizing their credentials, nobody's going to listen to you, right? Sir, please get on the sidewalk. Perfect, great. Most of the time, people are going to listen to you. If you're going up to people, being an asshole, criticizing their credentials, ripping them and telling them that it's nothing, blah, 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 whatever, right? He came up to me and flicked my credentials, and he's like, "Who the hell are you?" Whatever. Nobody's going to listen to you. And I was like, listen, man, just ask him to get off the street nicely. Like, they'll listen to you. But he's screaming at everybody. And he goes, "Stop following me. Who the hell are you?" Blah, 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 yelling at me, telling me to get off the street and stuff. It's crazy.
Get off the street.
Dude was just nuts. Totally unhinged. The next day, he was out, and he was in a much better mood. I think he got yelled at. So I found this. This is the speaker they were carrying around. They were chanting on outside the consulate. Huge thing of lighter fluid, and later they would end up burning flags. So they found a gap in police ranks. So they were lined up on this side of the street, and then also up on the other side of the street. And they would basically just bounce back and forth and like attack each side of the cops. Until they found a gap in their ranks, and they totally just took the streets over. It was nuts. And then the cops would follow them, but they blocked this taxi in and basically like forced this guy to drive backwards down the street. He took a wrong turn, I guess, man. But you hear what they're shouting? "We'll bring the war home," like crazy. Somebody got arrested here. I was front and center for that. I recorded this video. Total fights broke out. I'm trying to take pictures while I'm doing the video. That's my camera. So it's crazy. And then they ended up, so this is at like a cafe. They ended up blocking themselves into like this inlet of a cafe. is just, they're fighting with the cops, they're making arrests. This is probably 9 or 10 o'clock. Just nuts. And they made arrests, and then they loaded people up into vans, and they did away with them. Took them away. Hopefully they stayed away. They got a bunch of them too. So that happened. Let's see, there was. Oh, this is where it gets super interesting too. So I ran into this guy on Wednesday, and I noticed he was wearing a Hamas headband. So I interviewed him.
What's your name? If you don't want to answer, you don't have to.
I'm going to keep my name anonymous.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. What's your headband?
This is the headband for the military wing responsible for the resistance operations in Gaza.
Okay. Hamas?
Yeah,
Okay, do you support Hamas?
I do.
Why do you support Hamas?
So I would support any and all resistance operations that fight for the freedom of our country, for the freedom of Palestine.
Does that include October 7th?
Yes.
You support October 7th?
Yes.
Another funny thing.
Why?
Because I didn't.
Hold up, let's just stop this real quick. Another funny thing is he's talking about the freedom of his country. Obviously, he's talking about like Palestine. He's wearing a Jordanian keffiyeh. It's not even a Palestinian keffiyeh.
For the freedom of our country, for the freedom of Palestine.
Does that include October 7th?
Yes.
You support October 7th?
Yes.
Why?
Because I didn't start on October 7th. It started in 1948. October 7th is just a response to that.
But do you support the actions on October 7th?
What actions are you talking about specifically?
Like specifically the sieging of kibbutz and the murder of innocent civilians in their homes?
It was established and proven that the murder of innocent civilians was actually committed by the Israeli military.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
I've seen the body camera footage from Al-Qassam Brigaders breaking into homes.
Hey, what's up, Amit? I don't know why I can't see your things in my chat. I can only see them up in the top chat. I just turned multi-stream on, so hopefully I can see them now.
And murdering people.
They broke into military sites as well as homes, but it doesn't matter because.
But you support the breaking into the homes?
Yes.
He supports the breaking into homes. He supports Hamas. He supports October 7th. He supports the breaking into homes and the murdering of innocent people, which is the exact thing that he's claiming resistance should be justified against. So, self-contradictory, man. Let's see, what's this? You had some arguments here with this America First guy. Not super notable. I found this woman, Feminists for Palestinian Liberation, and I did a little interview with her, and it was great. I flashed my keffiyehs when I opened my bag. It was perfect. Pulled my mic out. Keffiyehs shown.
Do women have rights in Gaza?
They should have rights in Gaza, and
Do they?
I am saying that they should have rights in Gaza. Okay, so you sound like you are in favor of, you feel like women have more rights under the Israeli.
Absolutely, yeah, they do absolutely have more rights.
Okay, I think we've got a political disagreement here.
Do you agree that Israeli women have more rights than Gazan women?
I don't know that they necessarily do.
Again, like women can leave their houses in Israel without permission of a man.
I'm gonna end this conversation now.
I'm going to end this conversation because I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Translation right there. Okay. In Gaza, a woman's testimony is worth half that of a man's. They're not allowed to leave their home without permission of a male guardian. And those are just two rules. Those are just two laws. There are no discriminatory laws against women in Israel. None. Women can do whatever they want in Israel. I just don't understand. I don't know that that's necessarily true. Are you crazy? Like, are you just fully unaware of everything that's happening? Like, are you wholly uneducated on the topic, or what's going on here? Because I don't know why you come out with this sign if you don't know these things. This guy was going crazy when they started marching.
Take that shit down the street.
Like, get off my grass, whatever. Okay, so while they were marching, another thing that's interesting that happened on Wednesday is they totally sieged a train station. You can hear her entire support is built on emotion, not facts. Yeah, exactly. So they all ran into a train station, and I followed in after them. And they started attacking police on the platform, which is super dangerous, by the way. Like, all it takes is one person to fall onto the tracks and you're dead. Like, you're done. So they arrested the people that were on the platform, and chaos ensued. Just crazy, like totally, the whole station just totally surrounded, completely nuts. So yeah, that happened. And not much else happened, but this is where it actually gets kind of funny. Right here. Hilarious. This is hilarious. So, you know, there was a little get together, and I pull up, and guess who's there? It's Harry and Chris. But that's not where it ends. That's not where it ends. It gets worse. And I will say also, like, Harry and Chris they're not bad dudes. Their political takes are absolutely horrendous, but they're not bad dudes. This is where it gets hilarious. This is hilarious. You've got open source intel. Cam, what's going on here? So this is me and Shank. Same party. Found him there, and I was like, hey man, I disagree with literally everything you have to say, and I'd love to have a chat sometime. We got a picture, and he gave me his assistant's email, so I'll be reaching out sometime in the next few days, and hopefully I can set something up with him. I'd love to debate him on Israel. And then, yeah, these are just some stills that I took. This is the guy with the Hamas headband. This guy was dressed pretty interestingly. I think this is him again, right? No, maybe not. Maybe that's a different guy. No, it's the same guy. He just painted his mask a little bit more, it looks like. Right? I think, yeah, I think it's the same guy. No, it's a different guy. It's a different mask. Wow. See how there's like white on his eye here and there's not here. It's black on his eye. Wow, interesting. Two people with very similar masks. Yeah. Okay, so this is in Seattle when I got back from the DNC. So they traveled with these cars in front of them. These are protester cars, and they blocked the streets, and then they used bicycles to block the streets as well. You can see people from leaving. They march here, and then it gets, I mean, it was elaborate. It was crazy. See, they've got the cars, they've got the bikes here, blocking off all the streets. Just crazy, like super organized in Seattle. It didn't get very violent, but they did do this. She said, with our whole chest, we say, long live October 7th. And then I went and confronted her.
Can I ask a couple quick questions?
Who are you with? We have a media.
Today's America. Oh, where? Can I find them?
Representative.
Yeah, cool. Are you media representative?
Won't talk to me. He's not the media, he said.
What happened? Why? My question, you guys were shouting long live October 7th earlier. Is that something you stand by? Long live October 7th? I heard that. Why not? Why won't you talk to me?
Thank you so much for working tonight.
Hey guys, I have a question. I heard you guys shouting long live October 7th earlier. Is that something that the Palestinian Youth Movement stands by? Yeah, no?
Won't acknowledge it. We'll shout it in public, but we're too afraid to say it. This is another kid that was there. Unclear if it's a man or woman. Students for Al-Qassam. So Al-Qassam, the Al-Qassam Brigaders are obviously the militant wing of Hamas. They carried out October 7th. So students for Al-Qassam, insane. Just insane. Like, open support for terrorism everywhere. Long live October 7th and students for Al-Qassam. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what happened there. As far as news goes, we have some interesting things. So Mark Zuckerberg came out and released a letter, which we'll pull it up here, which talked about, I gotta find it. He released a letter in which he admitted that In 2021, senior officials from the Biden administration, including the White House, repeatedly pressured our teams for months to censor certain COVID-19 content, including humor and satire. So you can't even have jokes. And expressed a lot of frustration with our teams when we didn't agree. Ultimately, it's our decision whether or not to take the content down, and we own our decisions, including COVID-19 related changes we made to our enforcement in the wake of the pressure. So ultimately, it was their decision. However, they were pressured by the government to censor free speech. Got to be a constitutional violation. Certainly seems like grounds for impeachment to me. I believe the government pressure was wrong, and I regret that we were not more outspoken about it. I also think we made some choices that, with the benefit of hindsight and new information, we wouldn't have made today. Like I said, our teams at the time, I feel strongly that we should not compromise our content standards due to pressure from any administration in either direction. In a separate situation, this is about the Hunter Biden laptop story. In a separate situation, the FBI warned us about potential Russian disinformation operation about the Biden family in Burisma in the lead up to the 2020 election. That fall, we saw a New York Post story reporting on corruption allegations involving then Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden's family. This is the Hunter Biden laptop story, the New York Post story. New York Post story released the Hunter Biden laptop story. You couldn't even post it on Twitter. It was totally banned. You'd drop the link in your tweet box, and it would just tell you we don't allow this content on Twitter. We sent that story to fact checkers for review and temporarily demoted it while waiting for a reply. It's since been made clear that the reporting was not Russian disinformation, and in retrospect, we shouldn't have demoted the story. We've changed our policies and processes to make sure that this won't happen again. So there you have. I mean, clear. The FBI was colluding in social media to censor free speech in the lead up to the 2020 election, and the Biden administration was colluding with social media organizations to censor information about COVID-19. Information, particularly speech that they didn't agree with, which is insane, right? It has to be a constitutional violation. It's perfectly fine for a social media platform to censor what they want when they want, because they're a private company and they're legally allowed to do so, right? But the government isn't allowed to pressure them to do those things. So that's one interesting story. Another one is Kamala Harris supports building the wall now. Let's see. Here we go. Kamala Harris flip-flops on building the border wall. If she's elected president, Kamala Harris pledges to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on the wall along the southern border, a project she once opposed and called un-American during the Trump administration. So now she's going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on the border wall. Previously called it medieval, un-American, made jokes about dismantling the Trump border wall, said that it's patently ineffective, that it's not going to stop criminal organizations from crossing the border. Now she supports it. It's like it's like she's cheating on Trump's test, right? Increase the child tax credit. Trump did that. He doubled it with the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act from $1,000 to $2,000. Kamala Harris said, "Why don't we make it $6,000?" Huh? You just took what Trump did and made it worse. You just took it and made it worse. Okay. On top of that, no tax on tip. That was a Trump policy. Now it's a Kamala Harris policy. Now she wants to build the wall. Been a Trump policy since 2016. Now she's taking it. She's vehemently opposed it since 2016. Now she supports it. She's cheating on his test. There's only one policy, one Kamala Harris policy that I can think of that's not a Trump policy. There's only four of them there's only four policies in general I can think of off the top of my head. And the only one that's not a Trump policy is a price gouging policy, price controls, which is terrible. You're just going to drive prices up. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna go grab my other phone real quick. We're gonna get into some debates, and yeah, it's gonna be good. So 1 second. All right. Let's set this bad boy down and load up Fortnite. All right. Come on, man. It's part of the bipartisan border bill, the Lankford bill. That's what compromise looks like. Listen, I'm not saying Kamala Harris supporting the border wall is not a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that she vehemently opposed it for years, and now she supports it. That's the problem. She flip-flops. She's untrustworthy. You know, like, look at Trump's policies. Trump's been rambling about the same stuff for years. Like, he doesn't really change up his platform very often unless a new issue arises. But his like broad policy stances largely remain the same. Kamala Harris flipped on Medicare for All. She flipped on legalization of marijuana. She flipped on internal investigations for police shootings. She flipped on fracking. Just like, I mean, it'd probably be harder to find a policy position that she didn't flip on. All right. All right, just loaded up the live, so we're gonna go on that. All right, let's get Fortnite loaded up. Hopefully we don't have an update. Continue in offline mode. Why is my computer saying that I don't have internet? Clearly I have internet. I'm streaming right now. Huh? I don't understand. Okay. Free Palestine. Free Palestine from what? Go to TikTok and debate me. My chat is open on TikTok. Or my you can join as a guest and debate me. What's up, TikTok Live? We're gonna get some guests in here. Topic is that there is no genocide in Gaza. Gonna play some Fortnite as always. Can I join? Yeah, you can. All you have to do is request. Please only request to join if you are anti-Israel, though. I don't want to debate. I don't want to bring any Zionist stuff. I just want to 1v1 some pro-pallies. Alright, we got somebody. Hello.
Hey, Cam.
Hi, are you anti-Israel?
Nah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming up. I just want, if you want to say something real quick, I just want to cycle in
I
pro-pallies.
just want to say it's a war. Both sides are wrong. But one side is fighting a terrorist. One side is just trying to fight in the homeland. That's all it is.
I appreciate it, man.
All right.
Thanks for coming up. All right. Pro-pallies, request to join. If you hate Israel, if you think that Israel's an apartheid, if you think that Israel's committing genocide, make sure to request to join. Get up here and let's have a conversation. W guest. True. W guest for sure. Is my audio alright on stream, guys, by the way? YouTube, Twitch, is my audio okay? What are you trying to summon your cat? Request to join if you think that Israel is committing a genocide. My position is that Israel is not committing a genocide. So let's go. Request to join and come on up. Really, is that war dead tell you? I don't know. That was incoherent. I don't even know what you're trying to say. I actually met somebody who I debated on stream at the DNC. It was crazy. He came up to me.
On your Bluetooth phone.
Hello, how's it going?
How are you?
Good. Hey man, I don't know what you got going on, but it's really loud.
Oh no, it's just my car, but that's why.
Okay. Are you anti-Israel? Do you think Israel's committing a genocide?
Yes.
Okay, why?
Because they fucking slaughtered the Palestinians.
Okay, you're gonna come up with a real argument with like cited evidence, or are you just gonna make like a baseless claim?
I mean, we've seen enough evidence.
Yeah, what evidence? Like, can you point me to it?
The airstrikes on Palestinians. There's really
yeah.
lying.
Airstrikes happen in wars, so give a real argument.
Not really, not as much as what the fuck
Name
Israeli
me a war that didn't have airstrikes. Name me a war in the past 20 years that
I'm
didn't
not
have
saying
airstrikes.
every so, but what they're doing. Okay. Let's just say you believe that the Holocaust was a fucking genocide or no?
Yeah, of course I do. It was systematic
Why not? Well,
execution
how's
of
the
people.
genocide?
Yeah, because
If Hitler wanted to
yeah,
kill the Jews, he could have killed them in same day.
yeah. No, it was the intentional, systematic execution of a group of people.
No. How's the intentional? 5 years? 5 years?
Yes, he intentionally rounded up Jews and took them to concentration camps and murdered them.
No. Bullshit. I don't see no evidence. Do you have evidence for that?
Yeah, the camps are there. The
There's no
corpse.
evidence. There was no genocide. I don't.
All of their belongings are at, like, you can find all of their belongings. What are you talking about? The camp.
There's
You
no
can
evidence
go.
of that.
You can go tour the camps.
Bullshit. Those camps are made up. Have you ever seen
Next.
the Holocaust industry is literally a business. This
Next.
Oh, dude, did you take a scroll through my comment section?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, it's bad, and it's only getting worse.
I noticed.
It's and of course they're all watermelon profiles and stuff, and the tolerant left.
Of course.
And you and people wonder how people get radicalized. Like you want to know how you radicalize someone to vote for the right? Shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that did you see the video I did on the dude literally calling for the final solution?
No, I didn't see that. They call for that all the time, though. That's like
There
so
was a dude though
normalized now.
there's a dude with a video with like 30,000 views made a video calling for the great question of dismantling Israel and making it a Muslim Arab country.
Mm-hmm.
Because Israel is not self-sufficient, can't get along with its
at the
neighbors. That's
protests,
justification.
their most common chant now is even free Palestine. There is only one solution: Intifada revolution.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So in his post, he calls for that. And I made a video calling out, hey, wow, people are just openly calling for the final solution again. And no one's saying anything about it. My video got removed for hateful organizations.
Of course.
And appeal denied. And his is still up.
Of course. Not surprised at all.
Dude, I over the last 12 hours, I have seen more anti-Semitic comments than I think I've seen on TikTok. Ever.
Yeah. You should go look at my Twitter. My Twitter is fucking unhinged.
Oh,
dude.
I've seen your Twitter. Don't worry. It's
They all think I'm Jewish. Oh, nice. I got banned on TikTok. Jesus. Oh my God. What the All right. So I guess we're not debating. Wow. Okay. That's insane. Okay, well, chat. Keep me preoccupied until my appeal goes through. What do you guys want to talk about? Are they even defending her thing with Willie Brown, saying that anyone who uses in fact hates women? What are you talking about? What thing with Willie Brown? Chat, you're gonna have to keep me preoccupied while I wait for my live access to get restored. Can't my shots. Oh. Alright, where's this guy? Damn, nobody would accuse me of hitting my shots. Holy cow. If there's one thing I couldn't be accused of, it's definitely hitting my shots. Jeepers creepers, man. I'm out of ammo. Holy shit. It's a bad situation for me right now. Whoa. Oh man, that was a valiant effort, right? Cam needs me to carry. It's true. It's true. Oh, that. Who slept? You're talking about Kamala? Send me a link for that. We'll look into it. All right. Let's see if live access has been restored yet. Probably not, but. Hey. Oh, live access is restored, guys. All right, we can debate again. We can debate again. Let's go. I hit the right button. Hell yeah. Thought for sure that I hit the wrong button there. Let's see what's going on here. All right, we're back, guys. Live got banned. Poor Sam. He was in the middle of a sentence. Now we're back. There is no genocide in Gaza. Come debate me. I kind of want to also let me know what you guys think. I kind of want to set up a. I kind of want to set up a table at university and debate people on this. There is no genocide in Gaza. Define genocide. The systematic killing of a group of people. With the intent to exterminate them. Alright, we got one. Please only request to join if you are anti-Israel or if your name is King Hebrew Hammer.
Hello? You hear me?
Hello.
Yo, so why do you say there's no genocide? I'm confused.
I haven't seen sufficient evidence to suggest that there's a genocide. I think that Israel is participating in a war against Hamas, and I think that they've taken extreme caution to avoid civilian casualties.
Okay, so why? Okay, how come official Israel generals saying killing all innocents, kill and kill?
Sorry, you're gonna have to get your mic together here, man, because I can barely understand what you're saying.
I don't know what I'm saying too, but there was no genocide. 1945, the genocide for the Jews.
The genocide for the Jews didn't happen in 1945. It ended in 1945.
Yeah, but there's no sufficient evidence for Hitler committing genocide against the Jews.
It's documented. There's countless testimony of people admitting that they participated in a genocide against Jews. You can go tour the camps.
There's people admitting that that the Palestinian Muslims and Christians are being killed unjustly.
Wait. Okay, hold up. First of all, what I'm saying is that there's a difference. I'm not talking about Jewish testimony. I'm talking about Nazi testimony. People who were Nazis that were interviewed and tried during the Nuremberg trials that admitted that they committed a genocide against Jewish people. You can go tour the camps. Wait, hold up. I'm not finished. You can view the possessions of the people who were killed. And on top of that, there's a difference. You said something interesting there. There's people that say Palestinians are being killed unjustly. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. Hold up. I'm not finished. That's an opinion, right? There's a difference between being killed unjustly and committing a genocide, right? They're not the same thing, okay? So do you want to make an argument for genocide or do you want to make an argument for unjust killing? Because I'm happy to participate in an argument about either. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Go ahead and unmute yourself. They're not the same thing. What do you?
Oh, hold on, give me a second. Okay, y'all listen. So you're telling me the Jews, right? So they were targeted during 1939 or 41, right? It's not happening in Palestine because the only people that are targeted are the Muslims and the Christians, and not the Jews. So how is that?
Give me evidence. Give me substantiated evidence that they're committing a genocide. In my view, everything that I've seen points to the fact that Israel has gone to incredible lengths to avoid civilian deaths. They drop leaflets, they roof knock, they send out mass text messages, they send out mass phone calls before they bomb places.
Okay,
they set up humanitarian zones, they ship in food. It doesn't add up, right? They wanted to kill these people. It doesn't seem like they'd be taking these precautionary measures.
Okay, so you're telling me that 2 million people, right? They're setting up. Let's just say, what did you say? They set up through. If there were what? If there was a what?
You getting notes from your phone and a friend right now, or what?
Yeah. Say it again. Say it again. What you want? Say it. Say it. Say it.
Hi. If there was a genocide in 1941 to 1945, how come they survived for 5 years if there was a genocide inside the concentration camps?
Wait, no. So no genocide is going to be complete. You're never going to like fully exterminate a group of people, but you're going to have to like.
Yes, you can. I mean, you have nuclear weapons and etc. Hitler could just kill them if they wanted to. I mean, you literally was the strongest.
Literally not true. He literally could not have killed every single Jew. It would have been physically.
Yes, he could.
Impossible.
I mean, there's 70 million that died in this. In Holocaust.
So are you going to make a real argument? Or you make okay, goodbye. You're just like laughing about the Holocaust. Goodbye. Make a real argument or go away. Like just make a real argument. It's not difficult. There is sufficient evidence for. First of all, there is sufficient evidence that Nazi Germany mass exterminated Jews. Right? You can accurately account for all of the people who died. Okay. But the problem is that I'm not even claiming that 40,000 Palestinians haven't been killed, right? I do contest that death toll. I think that it's probably based on false information. But I think that the death toll could be as high as 40,000, right? The demographics are the problem. The demographic makeup of the Hamas reported death toll don't add up. But I'm not even necessarily contesting the death toll, right? I think the death toll could be 40,000 people, and it still wouldn't be a genocide, right? In order to be... A genocide is when you intentionally mass exterminate a group of people. When you intentionally and systematically kill a group of people based on some sort of demographic that they belong to, right? Their race, their nationality, whatever, blah, 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 right? That's not what's happening. Israel's participating in a war that was instigated by Hamas, the government of these people, and now they're carrying that war out. They're defending themselves, right? Civilians die in modern armed conflicts. It's unfortunate. When Russia invaded Mariupol, in the first 20 days of that invasion, 30,000 people were killed. Okay? And according to AP experts, estimate the death toll of Mariupol is actually probably 3 times as high as 30,000. People die in wars. It's super unfortunate, but it happens. The other thing is like the Hamas death toll doesn't even account for who's a combatant and who's not a combatant. It's not all civilians. So, like, if you want to, you could make a real argument, or you could just get up here and continue denying the Holocaust, which is what every person so far has done. Just make a real argument. Like, holy shit. I don't have a real argument for why I think that Israel's committing a genocide, so I'm just going to deny the Holocaust. Yeah, that makes sense. Hello.
Good morning, sir. Can you explain to me what the Havara Accord between Zionists and Nazis was? They even have a commemorative coin where they have the Star of Moloch on one side, and they have the symbol of the Nazis on the other.
Sure. So the Havara Agreement it happened during the Holocaust. Huh?
Oh, sorry. That was my son.
Okay, so during the Holocaust, there was a faction of Zionists who worked with the Nazis, and this was, I believe it was before like the concentration camps were established. It was during like the ghettoization of Jews in Germany, or maybe the concentration camps had just started. It's been a while since I've read about it, but so basically what happened is things were getting increasingly difficult for Jews. The Night of Broken Glass had happened. Jews were being murdered in the streets. There were pogroms, and they were put in ghettos. And what happened was a faction of Zionists made an agreement with the Nazi government while they were sort of preparing for war. They needed to get all of their equipment ready, right? They needed money. So what the Zionists did is they said, okay, if you transfer Jews to mandatory Palestine, we will give you a portion of those people's assets. So basically, you send them to us, we transfer their assets, their money, their business, their non-liquid assets, the things that they own, right? And we will give you a portion of the things that they own if you move them to us. And so during that time period, the Nazi Germany, the Nazi government gained money from the assets of Jews who were transferred to mandatory Palestine, and Jews escaped Germany, and tens of thousands of people were saved from the Holocaust. And the person who made the Havara Agreement was assassinated by other Zionists afterwards.
What about all the Zionist Jews that were in the Nazi army? What about those guys?
There weren't not the Jews that came from mandatory Palestine fought with the British in the Jewish regiment. It was actually there was a lot of Arab involvement with the Nazi army, but not Jewish involvement. Right. The only time that Jews participated in the Nazi military were when they were like basically trying to hide their identity. They weren't outwardly Jewish. They were pretending that they weren't Jewish so they wouldn't get killed. And when they got enlisted into the military, they would just go with it because they felt if they outed themselves they'd be killed, which was true. Jews from mandatory Palestine served in the British military despite the fact that during the Holocaust the British refused to allow Jews to immigrate to mandatory Palestine, thus resulting in millions of Jews being killed rather than immigrating. They'd issued the white papers that banned Jewish land purchases and immigration in mandatory Palestine, and they came up with a doctrine that they would fight the white papers as if there was no war, and they would fight the war alongside the British as if there were no white papers.
So you have you read the book? I think it's called.
You there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Have you?
Hello? Can you guys hear him? I can't hear him.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you can't. I can't hear you when you go on coffee break. So when you exit out.
Okay,
of
my
the app,
bad. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay,
A lot of people don't know.
Have you heard of the book called Hitler's Jewish Soldiers by Brian Rigg?
Heard of it, never read it.
Oh, okay, all right. Just wondering because
the only Jews who participated in the Nazi military were Jews who like were not honest about their Jewish identity. Right? If they were honest about their Jewish identity, Hitler would not have recruited them into the military. There are people who lied about who they were so they wouldn't be killed. Imagine it like undercover, right?
I suggest you read that book, man. That says otherwise.
Okay, well, I'm sure that it's...
But like, since you haven't read it, I'm like, we can't discuss it, obviously.
Wait. Okay, just because I haven't read a book about, like, a book specifically with arguments that are in your favor doesn't mean that I can't talk about this specific time in history, right?
Well,
that would be like me saying, well, hold up. That would be like me saying, you can't talk about this topic unless you've read Daniel Gordis's Israel... the History of a Nation Reborn, right? That's a book I've read about this specific time period. It actually talks about pretty much everything. It's an overview of the entire history of Israel, including the including the Havara Agreement, including World War II and Jewish participation in World War II, right? Just because you haven't read that book doesn't mean you can't talk about it because you've probably read other books clearly about it, right? So I don't know what your argument is here.
That's
We can definitely
not what
still
I
talk
said.
about it.
That's what you took from what I said.
Well, yeah,
what I said is me and you, we can't discuss this, obviously, because you don't know all the details about it.
Exactly
So
what I'm saying.
I didn't say you can't talk about it.
Next person. No, you said we can't discuss this because I haven't read the book that you want me to read. Right, I've read plenty of other books about that specific thing. Hello.
No. Yeah. Sorry.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi. I actually did not mean to join the to request to be in the box. I was just listening.
No, you're good. Okay. Have a good one. Okay, who's next? Who's next? You kick equals you lost. No, I mean I'm not gonna like. Oh, we can't have a. First of all, his audio is all whacked out. But we can't have a discussion about this thing because you haven't read this book written by a conspiracy theorist. Like, nah, I don't give a shit. Next person. Part of this whole thing is like you also have to keep me entertained. If you just come in talking about like, it seems like today the topic is Nazis. We're just not going to talk about the conflict at all. We're just going to talk about Nazis. Yeah, not particularly interesting to me. Talk about the conflict or goodbye. Destiny owned? What do you mean Destiny owned? I didn't even prepare for that debate. Dylan literally reached out to me 3 hours before that debate with Destiny happened. My entire argument was just rhetorical. There was zero preparation for it. But I did debate Destiny a couple years ago on the same topic, and it went rather well. But obviously arguments evolve. You can find it on my YouTube. Like, I don't know, it's, a debate that I had 3 hours to prepare for, a topic that I don't particularly give a shit about, and I did it as a favor for Dylan, so. Request to join if you don't agree. I see there's a lot of comments. People who don't agree with me. Request to join if you don't agree with me. Let's get this going. I should start playing VR. I should start playing VR on stream. That would be fun.
Hello, hello.
What's up, Sam?
Won my appeal.
What's up?
I said I won my appeal.
Oh, you did? Oh, you got banned too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was me that got it taken down because God forbid you call out anti-Semitism.
Yeah. So, have you noticed this lately where it's like all they want to talk about is Nazis?
Yep.
Is that like a because today
it's the projection of calling Jews Nazis to justify your hatred of Jews.
I haven't noticed this in the
Nazis
past.
are a bad thing. Nazis are a bad thing, and if you hate Nazis, it's a good thing. So instead of just admitting you hate Jews, just call Jews Nazis, and then that makes it okay.
Well, I've noticed this a little bit. Like I know this tactic, but like I haven't. Today, it's like every single freaking person is just talking about the Holocaust and denying the Holocaust, and it's like I don't understand.
I'm so fed up after my comment section today. My next stream is probably just going to be the title is just going to be "Never Again Is Now." Like this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah. I just got an insane kill on Fortnite. That was fucking crazy.
But you're also playing Fortnite, so
yeah.
Go play a real game. Play Counter-Strike.
Oh my god.
Go play Counter-Strike and hate yourself.
Yeah, everybody who hates themselves properly plays Counter-Strike or COD.
Hey, cowboy.
What's up?
Man, what's up?
Did you enjoy my comment section?
Yeah, I've been stalking your comments a little bit. I took a look at it during my morning doo-doo, and I had to flush them away like I had to flush away age group.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude, that comment section is rough.
Is it getting worse? I haven't looked at it for the last few hours.
It's getting significantly worse every hour.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not comfortable with sharing this planet with those types of creatures.
Yeah, no, I've lost all sympathy. In fact, Cowboy, I have 100% submitted my resume for a contract to go play in the sandbox.
Oh, okay. You and Mickey?
Oh yeah, it's sandbox time.
Somebody's got some car noise.
Cowboy likes to get on live from the passenger seat of his car.
Jesus.
I'm not in the passenger seat. I'm in the driver's seat.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Yeah.
No. If you actually said that out loud, TikTok will ban him for unsafe activities.
Dude, there's a pizza spice in Israel. Here, I'll show it. Hang on.
Why are we talking about pizza spice?
I said that it's a specific type of booger sugar, and they banned me for it.
I remember that. I remember that, Captain.
Cowboy, my video calling out a dude that literally preached for the final solution got banned for hate speech.
Jesus.
How long was it up before Banana? How long was it up? Did you make it overnight?
It was up for 3 days.
Okay, I didn't see that one. Like ever since you posted it in the chat, I was like, holy shit, let me go check this out. And after my morning Hamas flush, I was like, holy crap.
Did you wipe your ass with the
guys? I'm streaming on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube's a lot, dude. You could literally show
in Twitch.
You can show Russians getting blown up by drones on YouTube. Not on Twitch.
There was a dude on YouTube like a couple months ago who legitimately. Do you remember the Nair video?
Nair video? What the hell are you talking about?
No,
I think you can still find it somewhere. This dude was like, "This is how good Nair works. Here's my a-hole."
No, come on. Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Oh yeah, I'm not even kidding.
What is wrong with you? Why would you bring that up?
You brought up what you can show and what you can't show on YouTube. YouTube's the wild west.
I mean, he's not. Twitch, on the other hand, they'll ban you just if you're picking your nose. So don't do that, Cam.
Exactly. We gotta get some pro pallies in here, man. Maybe I'll have to restart the live.
Again.
It's just all fucking like people who are denying the Holocaust today.
I think. I keep seeing the 271K reference.
So I've been waiting for SJP to get all feisty over here and at ASU. They're not doing it. I think ASU scared them off.
Yeah, because the Phoenix police will put them down, bro. That's
yeah, I know, right?
It's also because the chairman of like all the universities, like all the federally funded universities, came out and just flat out said, if you allow encampments, we will not fund your school.
Good. I mean, they're still gonna do it. Pomona's already got an encampment back up.
Lovely.
I might have to take a trip to LA.
Another one?
Yeah, man. Get back out there.
Don't worry. If they do it in Austin again, you can come over here and we can be strapped.
Yeah, but by the time I get to Austin, the police will already take care of it. That's the problem.
No. Last time it was fine. They arrested everyone. They arrested 70 people. And then they dropped all charges, and the people immediately came back.
Oh yeah, Austin's kind of bad. I forget.
Yeah, the district attorney dropped all charges on everyone.
October 5th is going to be a big one. Pretty much every city in the country, they're going to be out. I'm probably going to go to either New York or LA. It's going to be crazy. They described it. They were talking about it when I was at a protest in Seattle 3 days ago, and they said it was going to be a militant uprising. That's how they described it here. So.
Oh. By the way, I looked up the demographics of the comments on my video, the one where everyone's being super anti-Semitic in the comments. Shocker, every single city in the top 10 is liberal.
Shocker. Real shocker.
And a good chunk of them, I think it was 8% of the comments, from Seattle.
Go figure.
Of
Not
course.
surprised even in the slightest.
Well, hell, I mean, aside from watching these people, these Yahtzee supporters pop up on your feed, it's kind of crazy. It's like these people still exist.
Of course they do. They never
Like,
stopped existing.
how have they survived past being a teenager existing? Honestly, because a lot of those kids' parents remember what the Yahtzees did, and would give them may unalive them from out of embarrassment.
Okay, Aaron likes to spam in the comments and not be a man to come up here. So maybe if I mute you the entire live, you'll grow a pair and come up here.
Yeah, request to join, you guys. Come on up.
You just keep spamming. Read the 10 stages of GSAT from the Holocaust Memorial Day Trust. Because I guess we're just gonna ignore the internationally.
Say it was Aaron. Was his name Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay, he's requesting.
We're just gonna ignore the internationally recognized definition. It doesn't matter because it's not the internationally recognized definition.
Go look it up.
It doesn't matter
Pretty
because it's not the internationally
You should read it. It's really
definition.
interesting.
Doesn't matter because it's not the
Okay,
internationally
Aaron,
recognized
have a
definition.
conversation. Why do you think Israel's committing genocide?
Because it checks all 10 of the 10 boxes from the 10 stages of genocide.
Okay, what are
from
the
Holocaust
boxes?
Memorial Day Trust.
What are the boxes?
You could look it up and read them.
No, tell me what they are. You're the one who's citing it. The burden of proof is on you. What is it? What are they doing?
So you need me to read it for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want you to go
Let
through
me
it
pull
categorically and tell me each thing that Israel's doing.
All right. Stage 1, classification. The differences between people are not respected. There's a division of us and them, which can be carried out using stereotypes or excluding people who are perceived to be different. Do you think that Israel has done that with Palestinians?
No, I don't. I think that Palestinians have othered themselves by. So Palestinians a nationality, right? They've categorized themselves as Palestinians, right? Not the other way around. They're the ones.
Don't even give them that. Don't even give them that because Aaron, who is the war with? What two groups is the war between?
Israel and the people of Gaza.
No.
Nope.
Israel and Hamas.
Well, that's who you've killed 90% of the time, so you must be the worst military in the history of
Now you're just citing it.
It's just patently not true.
Yeah, I'm wondering where you get that because if you look at the numbers that H Group Ministry of Gaza report has put out, they've even admitted that 60% of the unaliving have been militant fighters. So where are you getting this number, Aaron?
No, that was a lie right away. Because
how is that? So Hamas is lying? So the Ministry of Health is lying?
Explaining if you would shut up for 2 seconds and let me finish the sentence.
So Hamas is lying. I mean, it's not surprising if they were.
I mean, you could shut up for 2 seconds and let me finish
Just
a
let
sentence.
him go. Just let him go.
Okay.
So the 60% that you're trying to cite is the number of adult men who have been killed by the Israelis.
Yeah,
so
which in February was almost all of them. So in February, the Gaza Health Ministry reported that 6,000 adult men had been killed. Okay, the Hamas military wing had also reported that. Wait, hold up. I'm not finished. No, that's what Hamas is claiming. So the Gaza Health Ministry, which is run by Hamas, claimed that 6,000 adult men had been killed. They also claimed that 6,000 combatant men had been killed. Okay, which meant that almost all of them meant yes, they did. They released the numbers in February, and Dr. Abraham.
The source?
Yeah, perfect.
Here, I'll pull it up.
Dr.
Right
Abraham
now.
Weiner.
I'll pull it up.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
No, I'll pull up them admitting it.
Why don't you at least pull up the August 7th report too?
Here you go, Sam. Pull it up.
So actually, the number that you were citing was wrong anyway.
No, it's
because
not.
It's only been 48% of those killed have been adult men. 52% have been women and children.
Hey, I like how you're still using the statistics from before the UN came in and said, "Wow, they lied. These are not the numbers," and cut the number of women and children in half. I like how you just
When did that
conveniently
happen?
leave that out.
What month?
That happened in April.
That happened in April a while ago. Okay, so here, this was an interview with
Article
Reuters.
I'm reading is from May. Does May come before or after April?
In Hamas officials says over 6,000 fighters unalive so far in Gaza war. This is back in February. That was the same month.
What's the actual
if you
source
go,
here,
that
bud?
if you go to
You
the,
scroll up just a tiny bit.
So this one is Wyon, and they're citing a Reuters interview. A Hamas official based in Qatar told Reuters that despite this, the group can continue fighting, but they admitted to Reuters that they had lost 6,000 of their fighters. That was back in February. The IDF at the time had estimated around 9,000, so the IDF had estimated a little bit more. In that same month, if you looked at the Gaza Ministry of Health's health reports, they had stated that 6,000 males had been unalive. Now, do you actually know where to find the Gaza Ministry of Health's monthly health reports?
The what?
Do you know? The Gaza Ministry of Health monthly health reports, or their releases, like on casualties and stuff.
No, where should I look?
Oh, wow. What do you know? You can look right here at the Gaza Ministry of Health Telegram. It's t.me/MOH media Gaza. You can actually look at this where we can see the sources of all their stuff, where we can see stuff like them faking numbers, where we can see where they actually had to cut the numbers in half because the UN came in and investigated. We can see the stuff where they have been changing the ages of 18-year-olds to 17 and the ages of 19-year-olds to 18 and inflating the number of children. We can see where they still include on their reports. Oh, by the way, here, let's just go with this. Aaron, does the population go up or down in a genocide?
Well, that depends on the birth rate.
No,
doesn't it?
Nope. No, does the population go up or down in a genocide?
Have you read the 10 stages of
Does
genocide
the population answer the question? Does the population go up or down?
You just weren't satisfied with my answer.
No, because you're being disingenuous
That
because you
depends
know
on
you're
the
backed
birth
into a
rate.
corner.
That depends on the birth rate.
So you're telling me wait, hold up.
Ask
So
me
so
again.
so so if something happened, wait, hold up. If something
Ask me the
happened,
question again.
hold up. No,
You're
I'm gonna
really
ask you a question now.
determined on asking
I'm
me the
gonna ask you a
question.
question
Just
now.
ask it again.
I'm gonna ask you a question now. So
Okay.
there could be, in your view, there could possibly be a situation where a genocide is carried out, but the number
Yes.
of the people actually goes up.
Yes.
Okay, I think you're just fucking stupid then. I'm sorry.
I think you're fucking illiterate.
Genocide or the Congo genocide or
And
the
a coward for not letting me finish the fucking statement.
Hey, hey, get
Cowboy,
this.
I don't
Check,
give a shit about what you're saying.
Check this, Aaron. Here,
Awesome.
check this. Per the Gaza Ministry of Health, over 50,000 babies have been born in Gaza. In this was in July.
You don't
July
even need to do
8th
that, Sam. You
specifically.
can look at the CIA World Factbook.
Uh-huh.
They estimate that
So over
birth rate will be
50,000
58,000
mothers
this
had to
year.
give birth without any kind of anesthetic because
Cool,
of
we're
the...
going
Okay, that doesn't make it a genocide. That doesn't make it a
going with the
genocide.
field-
There are
we're
plenty of
going with the
countries
field
that
of motion.
No,
They're-
the other 9
You're
stages
using
of genocide that I was going to read off to you before
child, listen. You're using appeal to emotion because you know you are factually incorrect and fucking stupid. Nothing of what you said is factual.
That's an ad
A
hominem
genocide
assault,
does
you
not.
pathetic
I
piece of
don't
shit.
give a shit.
Okay,
You're right,
rein it
is,
in,
'cause
guys,
I
guys,
don't
guys,
give a
guys,
shit.
guys, guys,
Yourself, you fucking
guys,
genocidal piece of
rein
shit.
it in, rein it in.
No,
Not
go
a
fuck
genocide.
yourself. Guys,
Not a
guys, you're
genocide.
supporting genocide. You fucking
Name me a
monster.
genocide.
Okay, make a
Aaron,
real
name
argument.
me a genocide in the
Aaron.
history of the world where the population has gone up. Name me one genocide. One genocide where the
Gaza is
population
the
went up.
genocide happening right now
Name
that you're
nope.
supporting.
Name me a population
Why are you
built in a
letting
single
me off, you
genocide.
pathetic piece of shit?
You're not
Like,
answering the question.
why are
You're
you
not
such a
answering the
fucking
question, Aaron.
coward that you?
Answer the question, Aaron.
Why are you
Answer
such
the
a
question.
coward?
Did your parents not teach you how to answer questions properly,
answer the
Aaron?
question.
Were you
Why
not
are you such a
educated
coward?
properly?
I
I'm
answered
not.
the
You're the one who
already. Why
can't
are
answer
you
the
such a
question.
coward?
So this is
I
the
answered the
first
question
genocide
already.
in the
Why are you such a
history. The
coward?
first genocide in the
I
history of
answered the question
mankind.
already. Why are
The
you such a
first
coward?
genocide in the
Why are
history of
you such a
mankind where the
coward?
population
Why
went
are
up.
you
Aaron,
such a
shut
coward?
up.
Why?
Just be Jesus,
Why
man.
are you such a coward?
Okay, I'm gonna
This is
Aaron,
the
Aaron,
first-
Aaron. I'm gonna kick you. Sam. Okay, how about this? Everybody
gonna-
shut the
I'm
fuck
gonna
up.
reset. I'm gonna reset.
Everybody
Go
shut the
ahead and
fuck up.
kick me, you piece of shit
Everybody shut the fuck up. Okay. Sam or Cowboy or whoever else is in here, let Aaron speak, and Aaron, let everyone else speak as well. Okay? Don't be cutting each
Nah,
other
go
off. It
fuck
makes
yourself.
for boring, convoluted conversations. Have a real conversation.
Why would I have a real conversation with a genocidal piece of shit?
Okay, that's
You
all.
still
If that's
haven't proven
all
it's
you
a
have, then I'm
genocide.
just gonna
Nah,
kick
go
you.
fuck
Like, make an
yourself.
argument. Okay, goodbye.
You asked me to make an argument, and then you didn't let me finish the argument.
I just told everyone to let you speak. I just told everyone to let you speak. So what are you mad about?
Okay, so getting back to my original fucking point from a half an hour ago.
Okay, stop cussing.
Stage 2, symbolization, the visual manifestation of hatred. Jews in Nazi Europe were forced to wear yellow stars to show they were different. So, did you know that they are forced to have different IDs that change what they're allowed to do?
Why are they forced to have different IDs? Is it possibly because they're nationals of a different country?
Okay, who makes and distributes the IDs? Is it the Israeli government?
No, that
both
would
of them?
be the guys at Department of State.
Yeah, or the Palestinian Authority, right? Just, and if they're issued documents by the Israeli government, they're probably visas, right? Like the same way the United States government issues visas to foreigners when they come to the United States for work or for whatever.
Oh, I know where he's going to go with this. He's going to go with the tag ID system because the Gaza Ministry of Health and the Palestinian Authority update their own database that they willingly provide to the Israeli government to assign a tag ID to each Palestinian, even though they haven't updated them in months because they're not required to and no one gives a fuck.
So I got to ask you something. I got to ask you something.
Israel
real quick.
expanded its control and occupation over.
Wait, hold up. Just let Aaron talk. Let Aaron talk.
6 days
Oh, wait,
war. It
Hammer
devised
wants
a
up.
system of
Wait, I want to
population
answer this
control that
question.
Remains in place 5 decades
Aaron,
later.
Aaron, can you just restate the question because
After the
people were talking over you?
1967 war,
Aaron,
the
Aaron,
Israeli military declared the occupied territories to be
Aaron, I'm
closed
trying to help you here. Aaron,
Okay,
can you just restate your question from the
making it
top?
mandatory.
People were speaking over you. Can you just restate the question from the top and I'll answer
Can you
it?
let Hammer up real quick?
to enter or leave.
Aaron, just fucking.
Palestinians who were abroad during the time.
Aaron, nobody heard what you were saying. Just restart. Aaron, restart, and I will ensure that nobody speaks over you. Just restart because nobody heard what the hell you're trying to say. Just restart. Restart the question.
You haven't done a very good job of making sure that nobody talked over me. So
Okay,
far,
how about this?
you've
How about
just
this?
been muting
How about
me
this?
constantly.
How about this? How about this? How about this? How about this?
yourself?
How about this? Okay, I just kicked Sam and Cowboy. It's just me, you, and Hammer now. Hammer's not going to speak over to you. He's not going to speak over you. Go ahead and just restate the question. You were talking about expansion of borders, 67, Sinai. Just restate the question and I'll answer it. Okay, he left. Jesus Christ.
Oh, he left. That's the only reason I came up was to talk to that guy. Jesus Christ. That's the only reason I came up. I had a question for him.
What was your question? Oh, we got an echo on this guy. Hey man, here, I'll bring you back up. Just close your app and then just request to join again.
Well, they see the hammer and they scurry back into those tunnels.
Yeah, just Jesus.
Aaron, come back. I had a question for you, buddy. I had to come back. I had a question for you. I'll be nice. I won't talk over you. I promise.
Hey, Ken. Hey, Ken.
Hey, how's it going? Are you anti-Israel? You think there's a genocide?
No, he's on our side.
Oh, okay.
I'm pro-humanity.
Whatever that means.
Yeah. Actually, I just wanted to say the guy was quoting the 10 stages of G-side. That's not part of the definition of G-side.
Like whack-a-mole when they see the hammer come.
That's true.
That's just a classification. You can find it in the H. Constant Memorial Museum. It's not part of the definition. If you want to prove there's a G-side, there's a perfectly valid and easy to understand definition of what a G-side is. You can just look it up. You can try to prove. You have to prove the special intent, the donus specialis. You have to prove the one of the 5 acts, which relate to a G-side. That's not no way to debate the issue. If you want to prove it, you can go about it.
But I don't even agree with that definition that the UN has. Like I think the most ridiculous part is like the destruction in whole or in part. It's like, what the hell does that mean, right? Like, no genocide is going to be in whole. You're never going to exterminate an entire group of people. The Nazis weren't successful in doing it. No genocide ever has been fully successful, right? So we can just probably surmise it up to an intentional mass extermination of a group of people. I think that's a perfectly sufficient definition. And like, oh, well, you know, there's got to be some kind of threshold, right? It's not going to be 1% of the population. It's not going to be 10 people. That's why I don't like the in part, right? Because, like, if I walk into a church and I kill 10 people, that's not a genocide, right? I've intentionally targeted a group of people with the intent of killing them all, but it's not a genocide. October 7th wasn't a genocide, right? The intent is certainly present, but I don't think they killed enough people for it to be classified as a genocide, right? They killed 800 civilians, 400 soldiers. Doesn't seem like it's enough people to commit a genocide or to be classified as genocide. They definitely have the intent to commit genocide. They've definitely stated that intent, but it just wasn't a genocide, right? So you're going to need the intent and you're going to need the actual extermination. It's going to have some kind of threshold.
So I can tell you what I know, what I understood from the Geneva Convention. I'm no expert on international law. I'm just interested in it. I'm no expert, but from what I understand, you have to have the genocidal intent.
Yeah,
meaning,
absolutely. Yeah, you have to.
So, for instance, H-Man had the intent to completely eradicate the Jewish people. He didn't succeed, obviously, we're still here. But he had the intent to completely eradicate. The genocidal acts were what everyone knows, the H-class to be. So how can we blame him for genocide? He had the intent, which was to completely eliminate, and he did the act, which was partially eliminate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. I got a violation. I got to end the live. We'll probably end the YouTube live too. It seems like they're not really, out in force today. They're not sending their best. Some might say they're just coming in and denying the Holocaust.
My mere presence is infectious.
It's true.
The only reason I came up, I don't know if the guy's still here or not, Aaron or not, but I just wanted to point out that the whole Third Reich putting stars on Jews' clothing, they got that from the Muslims.
Yeah,
that's
really?
what the Muslims used to do to Jews throughout the years and throughout the different caliphates. So,
didn't the Germans also put the upside down red triangles on the pajamas?
He was specifically talking about the stars and trying to equate that to IDs, which is odd because the blue ID is issued by Israel, the green ID is issued by the PA. So it's two different governing authorities issuing IDs to their own people.
That's literally how every country does it with what nationality you are and what ID you have.
H-Man, by the way, was quoted as saying he's very jealous of the Muslim mindset, let's say.
He was generous of Al-Husseini, the Grand Mufti.
Yeah,
he called him the Muslim Pope.
He envied their...
Yeah, from what I know, he thought he was Aryan. That's the only reason he liked him.
So white, you'd think he kind of looks like one, to be honest.
All right, Cam, I'll come back when there's someone else to talk to.
All right, I got a violation, so I'm gonna end the live, and maybe I'll go live a little later, but I'm gonna make some content in the meantime.
All right, Cam.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. All right, so we'll charge the phone up. YouTube, Twitch, thanks for tuning in as always, guys. Twitter, thank you for coming. I'm sorry there wasn't really that great